Thank you everyone for joining this Facebook Live IT Success Kickback with your boy Kyrie. I am the Director of Inclusion and Community Initiatives for Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus, and this is about this conversation will all be about how to stay fit during the quarantine, because we want to make sure that people keep their mind, body, and soul, and their entrepreneur spirit, all of those things healthy during this quarantine. So when I was thinking about fitness, I thought about you guys, and I am thank you for your time, for your shells. I just want to kind of start out by you guys introducing yourselves and kind of talking about your business and how you got into fitness and what's your fitness life like. So I'll kind of start out with Kris is on the screen right now. I see he's driving. So, but I'll start out with just.
All right, want me to go first?
Yep.
All right, everyone. So my name is Kris. I'm the CEO and founder of Impact Training 716. We started in September of 2012. When we first started, we were doing all of our trainings, going house to house. So that was fun for a while, except when it started snowing and people's driveways wasn't plowed. That wasn't the fun. So got our own facility, and we've been in business. We're currently on Niagara, 5557 Niagara Street, and hopefully we'll be reopening next month, as long as this COVID-19 dies down enough for us to be able to follow the standards and everything. But while we've been closed, and while we've pretty much been quarantined, still been doing a lot of online virtual training. Pretty much we're doing workouts and classes via Zoom, fitness programs via our mobile fitness app. And myself, I actually specialize in body weight exercise anyway. So for me, it's kind of like, my bread and butter as far as being able to work out with little to no equipment. So as far as the adjustment, thankfully, it hasn't been too rough for us as far as making the pivot and adjustment, because we have some things in place already. Of course, my clients and myself prefer to work out in person. However, we're just increasing our methods of communication, daily communication via groups, via text messages, and audio video tools like Zoom and Facebook groups and things like that. Yep.
Okay. Lala, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your company and what you got going on?
What we have going on like right now? So I am Lala Woods. For those who are not familiar with me, I'm the owner of La Movement Fitness. La Movement has been around since 2013, I think, as well. And we are a dance and fitness company. So our motto, our mantra is get up, get active. So it is very COVID friendly, the model, because it's all about using what you got to get what you want. So making fitness fun, taking the thought out of it and just getting up and getting active. So we use dance to do that. We host a bunch of different dance style classes that incorporate fitness and HIIT for adults and for children. So right now with COVID happening, obviously we're not doing any in-person classes, which we normally do. Mm-hmm. And we are doing online classes. So the first thing we did at the beginning of April was a 7-day at-home dance workout. And that went really well. It's called the New Year Late Start, because we late in the year, but you might have made a resolution and you're trying to get back on your resolution. So we're actually getting ready to jumpstart round 2 of that on May 4th, next Monday. We'll be doing another 7-day challenge online. It's kid friendly. All of our classes and events pretty much are. We do have our 18 and over sector, but everything is generally family friendly. And then we're doing a kids class every Tuesday at 4, which I just finished up live on our Facebook. And on Wednesdays, we're doing our adult class with the live DJ, La Party. And that's actually 2 hours. So you can get in where you fit in within that 2-hour time frame. We're going hard the whole time, just having fun. because everybody's stressed, whether it's about staying fit, staying active, financials, or all kind of other things. So we're just here to make it fun.
Great. Joe? Hello?
Forgot to unmute itself.
Joe, you there?
There you go.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
So my company is Train Smart Personal Fitness. And really what we're all about is really helping people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s to feel great, to be strong and thrive. And many of our clients they're executives, they're entrepreneurs, they're business professionals, they're doctors, surgeons, or attorneys. And it's really just about the integration of strength and conditioning and physical therapy and nutrition. And so with the COVID-19, things are a lot different. And like many of you, we've transitioned to online training, and it's been going really well, and we've really enjoyed that. And it'll be interesting to see what things look like, I guess, in the post-COVID-19 economy as we come out of that. But things are going great so far. We've been very blessed. We were fortunate to get one of those PPP loans, which is great. And our clients have been incredibly supportive. So things are good.
Great. So, I mean, it seems like you guys are all adapting to this, what happens with COVID-19. So you guys are all using technology and different avenues to be able to just continue to communicate and connect with your clientele, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, it sounds like you guys, you guys don't need a gym per se, a physical, like maybe LA Fitness or anything like that to stay active or stay healthy. Can you guys talk about how your style, what you're doing to incorporate some things that are outside of the gym? Because, sorry, my daughter's getting in there. I always have my kids around and things like that. So, I mean, they help me to stay active. They help me to stay fit. So what are some of the things that you are doing personally to stay fit and to and how we could, people who are usually in the gym, how they can use their regular at-home stuff to stay fit?
I guess I'll start with that. So the unfortunate thing in Buffalo specific, unlike other places, is that it's still cold here. We got snow and everybody's outside living it up. And we like, okay, no, we really in the house. So if you are fortunate enough, or if you are brave enough to weather the storms that we're having, the 30, 40 degrees, going outside, I think, is one of the really big keys, whether you're going to just for a walk, and you don't have to go to a park. I know there's been some things at the parks where people are having trouble socially distancing because there's so many people there, but just walking your neighborhood, playing outside with your kids, playing inside with your kids. One of the things that I was able to do with my family, my sister was moving out of her house. And so with an empty house presented an opportunity to skate. So if you have a large room that you guys are not using, whether it's a living room or what have you, moving things to the side and really getting creative. We had an amazing time skating in the house, and we burned a lot of calories, which is very unorthodox. People are like, are y'all skating? So something we would obviously never think to do normally. So really being creative and doing things, having a dance party. Think about when you were a kid and the things that you used to do to stay active. You had to come in by a certain time so you couldn't be outside all night. And, we come from a generation where we were absolutely active. So just really being creative, having fun. There's a ton of things on Pinterest, and I'm sure there's other local trainers and people in fitness in the area who have ideas of things to do, or are doing classes that you can just follow quickly and easily right from your phones. But definitely getting creative and keeping it fun, whether y'all having a contest, running up and down the street, like literally don't overthink it. Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fun because my family, I have little ones. I got a 11-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old, and my wife here. We're constantly having dance parties, and I mean that's a normal thing for us to have, throw on some music and have a dance party. Because honestly, I'll tell you the truth. I haven't been to a gym in years with my schedule and everything like that. And don't look at me like that. Those people who watch it, don't look at me like that because I haven't been to a gym. I have a very active lifestyle. So, Kris, can you tell us some things that we could be doing to kind of counteract the lack of gym that we have, the gym time that we have right now? How could I do something? How could I do something to kind of stay fit?
Yeah, Def. I mean, actually,
challenges and stuff like that. But you give me some things that can help.
Definitely. Yeah. So actually, in the wake of the government mandate of all the gym closing, I actually came up with a program on my website, 15minuteworkouts.com, where it's literally just a different daily 15-minute workout you can do at home with no equipment. So like I said, body weight exercise is actually my specialty, and what I've been specializing in. Actually, when I first started my fit journey about 10 years ago, that's actually how I first got in shape before I even started incorporating weight training. So, I mean, of course, everyone does push-ups all the time, but the problem with doing a whole bunch of push-ups is that just kind of exacerbates an existing problem that most of us have as far as kind of like that Pink Panther syndrome, where our shoulders are raised and they're rolled forwards, and then we get a lot of shoulder pain and shoulder impingement. So by doing different kinds of push-ups every day, it's helping you get stronger in your arms and your chest, but it's kind of creating other issues in your shoulders and your back. And especially if you're not doing it with good form, I mean, this cause more lumbar pain as well. So we'll do things such as squat variations, lunge variations, sit-ups, leg raises, lying down knee tucks, lying down single leg bridges. And pretty much what I incorporate with the full body, the 15-minute workouts, I'll do like an upper body movement, a lower body movement, then a full body movement. So simple as you'll do 30 seconds of push-ups, then you'll do 30 seconds of alternating reverse lunges. Then you go into a minute of burpees. I know that's everyone's favorite B word, but even on beginner skill level, I always say, if you can't do something at full speed, do it at slow speed. So you do a standard burpee, you squat down, you can't get all the way down to the floor, you squat down, you reach down to the floor, you stand up, and you reach up on your tippy toes. That's still considered a burpee. It's not the fully advanced version of where you come down, jump out, chest to the ground, pop up, and then jump up. But you're still getting that up and down motion, which is utilizing more muscles, thereby burning more calories and elevating your heart rate higher and faster. And then what this also does is that once again, make sure that you don't overwork a certain part of your body. So we're not doing, 200, 300 push-ups every single day. I mean, it sounds, hardcore in theory, but I mean, it comes to a certain point of diminishing returns. Like if you can do 200 of an exercise every day, it's probably not that effective for you to continue to do it and actually get some results. So, and a lot of very, very highly underrated skill and ability that most of us don't do is simply walking. Like this going for a 20-minute, I like to call it 20-minute daily clarity walk. The thing about walking is that walking is something simple that most of us can do, and a lot of us don't necessarily have to be trained on how to walk. You'd be surprised. Some people actually do have to be trained how to walk as far as proper gait and mechanics and things like that. But for the most part, it's a very low barrier of entry to learn how to walk and do that every day. So something as simple as that. You don't got to worry about a lot of recovery from walking, or there's not a lot of impairment. Even if it's really cold outside, a lot of us have steps in our house or an area we can walk up and down, back and forth, watching TV, watching Netflix. Instead of just clicking through those Netflix episodes back to back, take 5 minutes, stand up, walk around for a bit, and then, lay back down in your pajamas with your cereal and go back to your Netflix. So
yeah, I'm glad
simple things like that.
Because I went to a lunch and learn where Joe Fox was at, and you talked about a lot about motion and strength training versus a lot of those different things. Can you tell us Joe, like, tell us about the way you view fitness and how you see the best ways to kind of stay active.
So it's kind of like an interesting, broader question. That's something that I've given a great deal of thought to and have a great deal of passion about it. And so as I look at Lala, such a pleasure to meet you. And Kris, I think you guys are really talking a lot about, you know, fun and dancing and partying. And I think all of that is awesome and I love it and I'm all for it. But I think it's also, I would consider myself a biomechanical expert or somebody who is an expert in the science of movement. And so one of the biggest problems that I see with fitness today, whether it be spinning or yoga or Pilates or a lot of coaches and fitness who mean well, but don't understand biomechanics or the science of movement, is that it's not just about running through a wall. Like anybody could get somebody fired up and have them run through a wall or work so hard that they would pass out. But there's got to be a strategy. So when I think of the simple understanding of biomechanics and the science of movement, see, there are certain things that I would never do. So for example, I would never do a burpee because it flexes and shears your spine. That's not my opinion. It's just a biomechanical fact that 100% of all sports medicine doctors agree with. I would never do a sit-up. I would never do a leg raise because they're all scientifically proven to hurt you.
What would you do then, Joe?
So the way we design our programs is we very closely follow a system called Mike Boyle strength training. And Mike Boyle was he's only the second coach in American history to win 2 world championships in 2 different sports. He won a World Series ring with the Boston Red Sox, and he won a Stanley Cup with the Boston Bruins. And so the way they start off every program is they start off with breathing, because we know a lot of us live stressed out lives and we need to kind of get our breathing back to normal and kind of get our nervous system in the right place to work out. Then we go into some tissue quality, some tissue density and quality issues. So we might do something like a foam roll or some kind of a self-massage or kind of like a massage on your own. And then we'll get into some core training or glute activation training. So things like planks or side planks or bridges or bird dogs or McGill curl-ups. There's a whole number of exercises. And then we'll move on to a little bit more of flexibility and mobility, focusing on ankles, hips, thoracic spine, shoulders. And then we'll start warming people up a little bit more and getting their heart rate up a little bit. So there's a million things that you can do. We believe that fitness involves a few steps. Number one is pain-free movement, so nobody in pain. And number 2 is building a foundation for functional strength and athleticism. And then once we have that foundation, we can increase the volume and intensity of work to allow people to get cosmetic change or to improve performance. And then they accomplish their goals and we reevaluate.
So you said no pain movement. That kind of goes against everything that I've ever heard of with working out. You know, they say no pain, no gain, if you know those things. So like, how can I, like, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around, like, doing workout that doesn't hurt, but when you're dancing, that doesn't really hurt. When you're walking, that doesn't really hurt. So is it more like, is it just about getting active, or is it about like can you explain that no pain stuff? Sure.
So I think a lot of times people confuse pain with discomfort. Okay. And if you're going to be somebody who's very strong or in shape, you're going to have to deal with discomfort and get good at dealing with discomfort. So when I talk about pain, I am meaning musculoskeletal pain. So when we train somebody, we want to focus the tension on the muscles, not the joints. I'm okay if your butt hurts, if your quads hurt, if your abdominals are sore, or your upper back muscles are sore. I'm not okay if your knees sore, or if your low back sore, or if your shoulders sore, for example. So it's really putting the tension on the muscles and not the joints. So that's kind of like that difference between pain and discomfort.
Gotcha.
And I will say that for so many people, it's just doing something simple. If everybody in the United States walked around the block twice, man, that would have a profound impact in the United States on the obesity rate and chronic disease, et cetera. In fact, there's a video that you guys can watch. It's about 8.5 minutes. It's called 23.5 hours. And they said that after study after study after study after study shows that movement is the best thing that we could do to feel better, improve our health, and lower our chance of chronic disease. And what they did is they studied a group of people, I think it was Japan and China, and they were just people that had to walk to work every day and walk home. And those people, it was staggering how much healthier they were versus the average population. And when you walk, you're actually getting ankle mobility, hip mobility, thoracic spine mobility, and it does a lot of really good things for us. If we walk, head up fast and we swing about our shoulders. And in fact, it's a proven scientific fact that if you walk faster, it puts less stress on your spine than if you walk slower, which is actually kind of counterintuitive.
That's very interesting. So you're talking about movement, which moves me to Miss La Movement herself. Lala, now coordination sometimes is, I know because you do dance and you teach dance, and well, you use dance to help with fitness and mobility and things like that. What are some of the things that we can do that are not like advanced? Because I've seen you dance, girl. You get down, okay? What are some of the things that we can do at home that are like basic steps that will still get us moving, and we can just really engage, that can get us like active and get the heart rate going?
The common misconception is that you need to be a professional dancer to dance. And it breaks my heart because, when we're trying to get people active, a lot of people are scared to work out because they're like, I'm uncoordinated, so I can't do jumping jacks or, the basic things that they see happen in a general boot camp or what have you. They're afraid to try dance fitness. Oh, I'm not a dancer. And if you have 2 feet that move, you don't even need feet, right? I can dance from my waist up. I could just lift my hands. So like I said earlier, the biggest thing is not overthinking it. If you are swaying side to side, you're dancing. If you're moving your feet opening and closing side to side, you're dancing. It's literally that simple, and all of our classes are built that way. So yeah, some people can move at a higher pace. And I mean, technically when I'm in class, although I am a professionally trained dancer, I'm not dancing for Beyonce in class. We all keeping it simple. So, some people are moving, a little harder than others, but it's always working at your own pace because we're all at different fitness levels. You may not have the stamina to dance as long or dance as hard when you start, but it is all about consistency. So like Joe mentioned, even something as simple as walking, and that's what our programs are, centered around, is just getting you off of the couch, getting those first steps, in place. And that's why we like to just keep it fun. Don't overthink it. It doesn't take rhythm and coordination to dance. If you don't speak proper English and you're saying words, you're still speaking, that you're talking. That's just what it is. So just because you're not moving to a specific beat or it doesn't look a specific way, it does not negate the fact that you're dancing. So get in there and just do it. That's the biggest piece, is just do it.
I love that. I
No
love
pun,
that.
no pun to Nike, but
We ain't getting a check from them, okay?
right.
So, Kris, can you tell us like one thing that, because I have kids, can you tell me one thing that I could be doing with my kids besides walking? Because my kids are always walking and running and rolling and jumping off of things. Can you tell me one thing that I could be doing that would get my kids active, but like in a, running and jumping and all those things are constructive, but in a way that is not all over my house,
Exactly.
or having to chase them down the street, or like, keep them from, getting themselves in harm's way. Can you tell me one thing that I could be doing that would be fun with my kids besides dancing and running?
Yeah. Yes. So it's funny you mentioned that. Actually, my daughters and I were playing a beanbag game. We had the rule that you had to throw the beanbag into the opposite person's goal in a squat position. So while they're throwing the beanbag, they had to sit in the squat position. And then at the end of the round, like I would go, my one daughter would go, my other daughter would go. After a round, whoever had the lowest number had to do 5 push-ups and 5 cartwheels. So something as simple as that, where it's a game, they're enjoying themselves, has a little competitiveness behind it. Helps to make things easier for them, and that way they don't. Actually, that's when my daughters is coming in.
That's great, because my kids are very competitive. Very competitive.
Exactly.
They love to win. They, my son breaks down if he doesn't win. We're trying to teach him sportsmanship right now, and how,
exactly.
How to respond. So those things.
And
so,
even something simple as,
go ahead.
Even things they used to do in gym class, like those reverse crab walks, bear crawls, and then like those lateral slides, things such as that are simple movements that are taking your body through different planes of motion and utilizing different muscles that typically you don't use, as opposed to just, because every kid runs, every kid jumps. Like my son is 19 months old and he's jumping off of tables and chairs already. So he'll be the one that'll be in the hospital every other month. I can see it already with a new broken bone. So I just try to give him a different taste of other things.
Yeah, you gotta baby proof everything at that age, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so we have 1 minute left. Anything that you guys want to endorse or speak about? I know you guys are connecting on Zoom. You're connecting with your clients and your customers through Zoom and through other mediums. So just give people your social handles or your or how to get in contact with you. Each one of you share that with us so that we can continue to just learn from you guys and become more active and healthier. So whoever wants to go first, you can just jump in. Matter of fact, ladies first. Ms. Lala, can you please tell us how we can stay in contact with you and some of the things and your parties and all of those things that you got going on? Because I want to come to those.
Yeah, so our social media is La Movement everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LA Movement will pop up, or LA Movement Fitness will definitely pop up. We have a private Facebook group where we're constantly talking every day about the randomness of trying to not only stay active, but the struggles of eating and all the fun stuff. So if you need that kind of support, definitely follow us on Facebook. We can get that information over to you. Our Get Up and Get Active LMF group on Facebook. Right now we are hosting, all of our services are still open to do remotely. We have a weekly class on Tuesdays for our kids at 4:00, and on Wednesdays, we have our adult class, La Party, at 7 p.m. So that's what we're doing weekly right now. Our memberships will open back up next month. So definitely follow us if you're interested in taking regular classes with us. If you like to dance or you're looking for something simple and not challenging to get you started with staying active or moving for you or your kids while you guys are inside, definitely contact us. Head over to our website, lamovementfitness.com. Sign up for our 7-day challenge that starts on Monday that you can do at home, whenever works for you. If our hours don't work when we're hosting classes, but definitely whatever you do, get up and get active.
Great. Joe?
Hey, I wanted to say that you could find us if you just did a Google search under Train Smart Buffalo, one word, Train Smart Buffalo. And, you know, we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, etc. Once I was at an event and there were like 40 of the best strength coaches in the world, and somebody asked if they could pick one exercise, what would that be? And I was really surprised at the answer. It was a great learning experience for me. About 70% of the coaches said sprinting. If they could do one exercise that they felt that they would get the most out of, it was just running sprints. And so you asked that question, you know, for your kids, and you know, it's a great exercise just to get out there and do some 50-yard sprints. It's so good for them.
Yeah, that's something that they try to do 50-yard sprints in my living room. And it's not even that big. They just
better yours than mine, you know.
Kris, can you tell us, give us your social handles and how to stay in contact with you?
Yes, so we're at Impact Training 716 on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well. First name Kris, K-R-I-S. Last name Holley, H-O-L-L-I-E. Well, I'll try to be more consistent with, but we'll go live and answer some questions or kind of demystify certain myths about fitness and nutrition. Give little tips, simple tips. I like to keep things simple and not complicated, because that's the common thing with fitness, is that there's so much information out there now as far as working out and living healthier and different diets, that I find the simpler you make it, the easier it is for someone to stick to it. So I really try to focus on that. Same thing for our website, impacttraining716.com. And as far as my daily 15-minute home workouts, you can subscribe to that at 15minuteworkouts.com. All
right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've learned a lot just from talking to you guys. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you. I pray that you guys stay healthy. Pray that you stay blessed during this time, and that you continue to grow, and that during this new normal that we will get back to, that you guys, your businesses would thrive, and that people would be healthier and more active. So again, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And any last words before we end this? No,
you know,
Joe?
I do have one last thing. I know that there are 1 million free online workouts, and I think it's just important to recognize that everybody's different. Some people are older and younger. Some people have different injuries. Some people have different goals. And so not all the information out there is good information. So I think if you could kind of, we were talking about hurting earlier, just a general rule, if you're doing something that's causing pain, it's not a good idea to kind of fight through the pain. Your body's telling you that something's wrong, and find a professional like Kris or Lala or myself or somebody out there who does it for a living.
Thanks, guys. I hope everyone tries, you know, and gets there and subscribes. I'm definitely going to be joining some of the things that you guys have going on. It's important because health is wealth. It's one thing that you can't get back if you can make more money, but once your health is gone, you can work on it, but no one is going back to when they were 19 or 20, that type of thing.
Yeah,
if they don't keep active at it. So thank you guys. You're doing a great service for humanity by keeping us healthy. So I appreciate it, and thank you. I will talk to each of you soon. Again, stay healthy and stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
Thank you.